Hey, you think I don't know about YouTube? Well, I do. With today's story, you'll laugh, you'll learn, and you'll remember where you come from and recognize where you are going. The elders say, what the old sees while sitting, a young cannot see even from the top of a tree. So come now, listen well and let the story speak to your spirit.
In the heart of Namibia, when the sons of the Kalahari whisper to the wind, and the stars hang low like ancestral lamps, there lived a monkey called Kevuli. He was a creature of nimble limbs and louder laughter, with eyes that gleamed like morning dew on acacia leaves. Among all the animals who roamed the dry plains and river valleys, Kevuli was known for his restless spirit, his endless tricks, and his tongue that danced quicker than his mind. Every dawn, he would leap from camel thorn tree to camel thorn tree, shouting over the songs of hornbills and the hum of insects, declaring himself the cleverest and most admired of all creatures. See how I can hang by one tail and snatch mangoes with both hands, he would boast. Even the wind envies my balance. The animals would roll their eyes, for though Kevuli was indeed gifted, he wore his pride like a crown of thorns, bright but never comfortable for anyone around him. In those days, the moon was not just a pale water in the sky, but a living spirit, Muye, the keeper of night, the gentle mother of tides and time. She drifted across the heavens each month, her face sometimes full and golden, other times hidden and faint, watching how the creatures below treated one another. And though she loved all the beings that walked, crawled, and soared upon the earth, she had grown weary of their constant complaints. For every evening, her silver light would pour across the land, and still she heard sighs. The jackal grumbled that his den was too small. The elephant moaned that the rivers were too shallow. Even the lion muttered that his roar echoed less than before. But among all their voices, none grated upon the moon's ears as sharply as Kafuli's endless bragging. His pride had become a drum that beat too loudly for the peace of the night. So, one evening, when the desert breeze carried the scent of marula fruit and the stars burned fiercely as if oil-fed, Muya decided to remind her children of gratitude. She would invite them to a feast, a banquet like none before, held in the heavens themselves. She descended in a beam of cool light that fell upon the banks of the Okavango River, where the animals often gathered to drink under her glow. The water shimmered like liquid glass, reflecting her face. The frogs went silent, the nightjars held their breath, and every creature lifted its gaze. Then her voice flowed, soft but commanding, like a flute played over a waterfall. "Children of the earth," said the moon, "I have watched you through seasons of rain and drought. I have seen joy and quarrels, kindness and pride. Now I call you to my realm where the sky meets the stars for a moonlight banquet, a feast of harmony and light. Come, all who carry gratitude in their hearts. Bring songs, laughter, and peace." A murmur rippled through the gathering. The animals bowed deeply, their hearts trembling with awe. The moon herself had spoken. But Kafuli, sitting high on a branch, smirked and scratched his head. "A feast in the heavens?" he muttered. "What nonsense! How will we climb there? With clouds for stairs? Pah! These fools will tire themselves chasing mist." Yet the others did not mock. They had seen wonders before, rains that rose from cracked soil, fire that danced from dry stones. So who were they to doubt the moon's word? At dawn, the animals gathered at the great baobab tree, that ancient giant who
whose roots gripped the earth like an elder's hand. They decided to build ladders of vines, strong and supple, reaching upward toward the sky. The elephants carried the heaviest vines, the giraffes tied the upper knots, and even the tortoises pulled what they could, slow but steady. All worked together, all except Kafuli.
He lounged on a rock, tossing baobab seeds into his mouth, his tail flicking lazily. "Look at them," he said to the meerkats, sweating for a dream. "When they fall back down, I'll laugh so loud the hills will echo." But the meerkats turned away. Even they, small and cautious, believed in the moon's invitation. Days passed and the ladder grew higher, shimmering as it caught the silver of moonbeams. It swayed like a ribbon of light stretching from earth to sky. The moment came when the moon rose full and radiant, lighting the world with a glow so soft even the hyenas hushed their cries. Then, one by one, the animals began to climb. The impalas leapt gracefully from rung to rung. The elephants climbed slowly, their tusks gleaming like ivory lanterns. The birds fluttered alongside, singing songs of thanks. And as they ascended, their laughter and music filled the night. The vines sparkled under their feet, transforming into threads of silver mist. The air trembled with beauty. But down below, Kafuli sat alone. At first, he laughed, a short, sharp sound that rang false in the emptiness. "They'll see, the vines will snap and they'll tumble down like fruit from an overripe tree."
But the vines did not snap. Instead, the moonlight deepened, and soon he saw, far above him, a great banquet taking form among the clouds. He glimpsed shining platters of starfruit and honeydew. He saw streams of milk that flowed from bowls carved of crystal. The animals danced in circles of light, their bodies radiant with joy. The moon herself glowed brighter, smiling upon them like a proud mother. Then from above drifted a song, soft, haunting, and full of love. Those who thank the night receive the dawn. Those who bow find joy reborn. The humble eat beside the stars. The proud shall feast on empty jars. Kavuli's laughter died in his throat. The song wrapped around his heart like a cold wind. For the first time, he felt small, smaller than the seeds he had mocked, smaller than the shadows he used to tease. He tried to climb. He leapt toward the vine ladder, clutching it with desperate hands. But the vines shimmered away, turning to mist before his touch. The moon's voice whispered gently, "Those who mock gratitude cannot walk upon it." Kavuli fell back to the earth, landing on the dry sand. The ladder had vanished, and the animals above were now but silhouettes dancing among the stars. The night grew quiet. The moonlight covered the world in a pale hush.
For a long time, Kavuli sat staring upward, his chest heavy with something he had never known. Not hunger, not fear, but regret. He remembered the laughter he had thrown like stones at others, and how now, in the vast stillness, that laughter echoed only in his own ears. Then, something stirred within him. The breeze shifted, carrying the scent of night-blooming flowers. The frogs began to croak again. The stars winked as if inviting him to listen, not to boast, but to feel. And so he did. He rose, brushed the dust from his fur, and looked up at the moon. Her face was serene, neither cruel nor distant, but kind, as if waiting. So, Kavuli bowed deeply, humbly, from the bottom of his mischievous heart. Then, with slow rhythm, he began to dance. At first, his movements were clumsy. His limbs, made for mischief, stumbled over humility. But as the rhythm of gratitude flowed through him, his body found grace. He danced for the rivers that quenched his thirst, for the trees that gave him shade, for the fruits that fed him, and for the moon who had taught him without anger. He danced until the dust rose like silver mist around him. He danced until the stars seemed to pulse in rhythm. And though he was alone, the well did not feel empty anymore.
The moon watched him quietly, and a tear of light slid down her face, falling softly to earth, landing in the hollow of his stone. Where that tear touched, water bubbled forth, clear, sweet, and eternal. It became the spring of Kavuli, a small pool that never dried, even in the hottest months. From that night on, every thirsty traveler who drank from it would feel a strange peace, as though the moon herself had cooled their tongue. Seasons passed. The animals who had feasted in the heavens returned to earth, carrying with them new songs and blessings. They shone with quiet joy, and wherever they walked, the grasses seemed greener, the air lighter. When they saw Kavuli again, they found not the boastful trickster of before, but a gentler soul. He still danced, yes, for he was a monkey after all. But now, his dances were gifts, not performances. He shared his fruits with the birds. He helped the tortoise climb fallen logs. And when the young animals teased him, he only laughed softly and said, "The moon fed me differently."
And though they didn't understand, they could see something in his eyes, the reflection of moonlight, calm and wise. From that time, every full moon night in Namibia, when the plains glow silver and the air hums with quiet life, you can still see the descendants of Kavuli's tribe dancing beneath the baobab trees. They leap and twirl under the moon, their movements fluid as river reeds, their joy humble yet bright. The elders tell the children, "When the moon calls, do not let pride plug your ears. When gratitude invites, answer with your heart. For ladders of light are woven not from vines, but from humility." And so, in the land of sand and silence, the tale of Kavuli, the monkey who once mocked the moon, became a story told around every fire, from Etosha salt plains to the dunes of the Namib. It is said that on clear nights, if you watch closely, you might see him still, a small golden-furred figure dancing at the edge of the moonlight, smiling up at the sky. And if you listen hard enough, through the sigh of the wind and the hum of the crickets, you hear a faint echo of that celestial song. Those who thank the night receive the dawn. Those who bow find joy reborn. The humble eat beside the stars. The proud shall feast on empty jars. So it was, and so it remains, a tale of laughter turned to wisdom, of pride melted into peace, and of a monkey who found the greatest feast not among the stars, but within the quiet gratitude of his own heart. For the moon still watches, and she still waits, shining over Namibia, her light falling upon river and desert,
upon those who climb and those who dance. A gentle reminder that humility is the ladder that never fades.
My dear ones, this is where our story ends for now. But tell me, what did your heart feel as you listened? Share your thoughts in the comment, You know Grandma loves to hear from you. And don't forget, press that subscribe button, like the story, and ring the little bell so that every time I come back here, you will be the first to join me. Until then, may your paths be safe, fruitful, and peaceful. Remember, keep your heart warm, your spirit curious and kind.